All right, here we are. We're back with a quick commercial break there with Parrot Mountain. That was awesome. All right, we're here with Erik Dobell.
Hello. Yes, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here this morning.
Good.
Thank you so much.
So you tell us about where you're located and what you do.
Yes, well, my name is Erik Dobell. I'm from Impossibilities at the Gatlinburg Space Needle, which is located, of course, right in the heart of downtown Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Yep.
I do a little show there called Impossibilities at an 89-seat theater called the Iris Theater. It's kind of like, if you've been to the Space Needle, it's on an arcade. We're in the back of the arcade.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a nice little symbol there to show everybody where we're at, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the
yes.
tallest thing in Gatlinburg.
That's like, well, you'd be surprised how many people are like, where's the Gatlinburg Space Needle?
Oh, really?
And I'm like, it's the 400-foot observation deck in the middle of town. And they still don't know, and I'm like, it's across the street from Bubba Gump Shrimp.
Oh.
And they go,
Oh, we know where Bubba Gum Shrimp's at. That's so funny.
You guys haven't been yet, have you?
Nope.
No.
Yes, well, you need
You
to
haven't
come
given
check
us
out the
tickets.
show. Well, I can give you tickets.
How long you been there?
This is our 4th year right
Awesome.
here. This is our 4th year. We opened in 2016.
What days do you typically run your shows?
It depends. When it's busy, we do anywhere from 5 to 7 days a week. Right now, we're doing 3 days a week. Actually, this week we're doing 4. So this week, if you're coming to the area, this week we have a show tonight at 8 o'clock. Today's Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes.
I have to think about that, too. I'll be honest.
So we have a show tonight, Saturday, and Sunday.
Awesome.
All at 8 o'clock. And then after that, because we're in the slower period, we do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, all at 8 o'clock. But if you're coming into town a little past that, just check out our website at iristheater.com. Right on the front page, you hit that, I can't remember what the button says, but it's like book tickets or something. It'll take you to our calendar, and you'll be able to see all of our dates.
What got you into music? Into music.
Yeah, you don't want to hear me sing.
no, you don't hear any of us sing. I don't think.
So yeah, my story is a little unique in a way because when you speak to magicians, which I don't recommend, usually their story is that they saw a magician when they were young, they fell in love with magic. Right?
Yep.
I had seen magic when I was young, but it didn't really do much for me because I'd never seen a live magician. I'd always seen it on TV. And magic on TV is great. Magic on TV is good. But you really want to see magic in person.
Right.
Right? It's just a whole different thing. So I was about 20 or 21 years old. I had just graduated high school. That's right, at 20. And I was at this mall in Ithaca, New York, about half an hour from where I grew up. And I was just there killing time, and there was a guy there in a kiosk in the middle of the store. He was selling magic tricks. And he did some little magic tricks for me, and I'd never seen anything like this before. It blew me away. I didn't know that this kind of thing existed. And he was doing very rudimentary tricks, like very simple things. Some of it I even knew how he was doing it, and it still was just like, wow, I just didn't know that this existed. So I bought some tricks. I bought a little book I still have. It's like 21 things you can do with a deck of cards.
Yeah.
I learned some tricks. I started doing them for people, and I just completely fell in love with it. And then I went back. I went back about a week later to see the guy again to get more tricks. And he was at the same mall, same kiosk, selling sunglasses. Yes. So the first magician I ever saw was not a magician.
Wow.
It was just a guy that was selling overstock, basically.
Yeah.
This was
Did you see
overstock.
that David
So-
Blaine just floated in
I haven't
Arizona
seen it
with
yet.
balloons?
Yes, but I heard about it.
Do you think that's magic? Like, is he past magic anymore, or is it?
He's a little past magic.
Yeah,
He's a
I've
little
kind
bigger
of thought
than
the same thing.
magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's more
a little-
stunt oriented.
Yeah, he still does a lot of magic, but he's like in the performance art
Yeah.
territory.
Yeah. Actually, that's a great way to describe
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And he was a big part of it too because I never heard of David Blaine.
Yeah.
This was early 2000s. And I had some friends that told me you got to check out this David Blaine guy.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yes. Well, that's what really cemented it for me.
It's
I
awesome to
started
watch him.
watching
Like, I
his
can
stuff.
understand why if you were into magic, you were like, whoa, that's,
Oh, yeah.
he'd only help make you want to be better at it.
Oh, well, his first 2 or 3 magic specials, I still think to this day are probably the best magic specials ever.
Yeah.
Where he put the camera, like, on the people.
Yes, they are great. Like,
they're
on the
amazing.
street.
I still love them. Like, I
yeah.
still see them once in a while, and you just sit there and you're just stunned. And they somehow haven't aged either. They were 96, I think the first one came out.
Yeah,
and it
that's a while.
doesn't feel like the 90s.
No,
It
he
feels
still
like-
looks the same too, to be honest with you.
Yes.
He aged pretty good as well.
Well, that's because he's a warlock.
Yeah, that could be it. That's how he pulls off all these stunts too.
Yeah. His actual magical powers.
How'd you end up here in Gatlinburg?
Oh, that's a funny story too. So, I grew up in upstate New York, moved to Ohio and then North Carolina. When I was in North Carolina, I met my now wife, and she was a teacher, and I wasn't working in North Carolina. I couldn't book work. So we decided that we were going to go to South Korea. She wanted to go teach English over there. So as soon as the ink dries on her contract, I get a gig to do a TV show pilot, like a real pilot for real money. So I go to Korea, or I film the first week of the show. I go to Korea for about a month, I think it was. I come back to finish the show, and as soon as I land, I find out that the show's been canceled. Yeah. It's TV pilots off.
Yeah, a lot of times.
So now I'm stuck in America. I'm broke, and my wife's in another country. And then my friend Chris calls. Yeah. And he was asking me for a while if I want to do like a 2-person show. So he calls me on the phone, and he's like, what else are you going to do? Yeah,
it's your only option.
So we put together Impossibilities. It started as a 2-person show. It's just me now. It's a solo show because he got injured. We're hoping he comes back at some point, but right now he has an injury, so it's been just me for a while. But we started this show called Impossibilities. We toured it for 2 years in North Carolina. We did really well with it. And then we wanted to kind of settle down somewhere. So I was going back and forth to Korea. I came back one time. I was staying near the Asheville area with my wife's parents. And I saw there was a mentalism show at the Gatlinburg Space Needle. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll go see this. There's not a lot of mentalists floating around. So I called to get tickets. I figured I'll just make the drive and go check this guy out. The guy picks up the phone, and I'm like, yes, I want to buy tickets to the Mentalist show. He says, oh, that show closed about a week ago. And I went, did it? The next thing I know, we're talking to the owners of the Space Needle.
Wow, that's great.
And we're opening in March of 2016.
It's funny how the stories are very funny how people end up here. You know, especially business owners or talent. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent around here from people who can sing and act and dance. Dancing is amazing around here. Like you never want to go out. If you can't dance, stay seated. If you go to karaoke around here, it's amazing. Like if you can't sing, don't stand up. Like it is incredible. Tons of talent. Well, I think you're gonna do a magic trick for us.
I am gonna do a magic trick.
All right. Well, let's take we have here your top 10 things to do in Pigeon Forge, which is very funny and interesting video. Yeah, thank you. So we'll watch that for a bit while we set up for the card trick.
All right, sounds
awesome.
good.
Well, here we go. We're going to do a card trick.
Yes, we are going to do a card trick, a little card trick that I learned a few years ago when I was in North Carolina. And Savannah, I guess you're closest to me, so I'm going to have you pick a card. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor and pick a red card because it'll show up a little better on camera. It'll make more sense in a moment. So go ahead and select a red card from the deck.
You're allowed to look at it?
Oh, yeah. It doesn't matter if I know what it is. So you got the 10 of hearts there. And I have a marker here. Please sign your name on the face of the card.
Ooh, I like these.
So again, that the camera will be able to pick up on it. All right, perfect.
I'll spill a heart there too.
And I'll go ahead and take that marker back. And go ahead and blow on it. Make sure the ink's dry and all that other stuff. All right, because sometimes people think what I'm doing. No kidding. Some people think that I can actually peel the signature off of the card and then put it on another card. If I could do that, I would show you. Yeah, that would be the trick.
This all feels like a trick. So let's just see.
Right there, face down, about center deck. So what I want to show you guys is actually something I said I learned a long time ago when I was in North Carolina. I knew a guy that was a professional card shark. And if you don't know what a card shark is, basically it's a guy that cheats at cards for a living. And he did this for a lot of years until his friends were disappearing. So he decided to stop and got into magic. And he showed me this over lunch one day, and the idea is this. If you're in a card game, and you know approximately where the deck is, or the card is, right? So see, it's not on the bottom, right? It's not on top, it's not near the top. It's somewhere mixed in the deck with your name on it. But if you kind of know where it is, you can do a secret move. Do you see what happened?
No.
It was quick. It was quick. In fact, I'm not entirely sure that it happened, but I think that, yes, your card is now on top of the deck. Yeah. And we'll do it again. We're going to take the 10 of hearts. We're going to slip it back into the middle. Okay? And again, you can see it really is in the center of the deck. I'm not lying. Yeah. This is when I lie. That's when the card hops back up to the top.
Oh, that's amazing, because I watched that really close the second time.
Let's do one more thing. Hold your finger like this. Look, we're going to, again, place the 10. We're not going to push it in yet. Go ahead and put your finger right there. Watch.
Did
you feel me move your hand at all?
No.
Look at the top card.
No way. That's impossible.
Now,
oh, that's what your show's called. That's Impossibilities.
That's Impossibilities.
Hey, yeah, I came up with that. Good name.
Some people have accidentally called it probabilities.
Oh, really?
Yeah, possibilities. Excuse me. That makes me laugh.
That's well.
Now, here's the thing, though. I like to think of what I do as a public service. You're welcome, by the way.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you, yeah.
So I'm actually going to show you guys and everybody at home how this is being done. So then if you're ever in a card game and you see somebody doing this, you know it's okay to flip the table over and start getting violent. Yeah, talking to you.
All right, I'm going to make sure to do it.
This is a hard table to flip. So here's what happens. When I take the 10 of hearts and I put it in the deck, it really goes in the deck. And you notice I'm snapping my fingers twice. The reason is because the first time I snap my fingers, I am actually stopping time.
Well, that's a good skill, and we're going to use that later on.
Well, it's true. Yes. It's true. In fact, you might see a little bit of distortion in the video while I'm doing this. Yeah. But while time is stopped, I go through the deck, because I'm in an alternate dimension like Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I find your card, I cut it to the top of the deck very quickly. I assume the same position I was in before, so I don't seem squirrely when time restarts. I snap my fingers again, restart time, and show how your card has risen to the top. But you see, it's not magic, it's science.
That was science.
Now, did that take some time to learn how to stop time like that, or
that's a real skill?
I feel like you should be a little more skeptical of this. Let me show you one more thing. Let me show you. We're going to bend the card in half.
Okay.
Okay? Look. We're going to put the card about center deck, right? I'm going to kind of hold it like that so the camera can see that. There is the bent card. You guys can see the bent card too.
Yep.
All the other cards go on top of the deck. Watch the top. It takes about 3 seconds of your time. Watch. See? I stopped time, pulled the card out of the center, put it back on top of the deck. Go ahead and take a look.
God, I have no idea how he's doing that. That is.
So you peeled my signature off and
so
put it on
clearly
the book.
You got me.
Wow, that was
crazy.
amazing.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And now you know. Now you know. Next time you're playing cards, if you see somebody doing this under the table, get out of that card game. Yeah.
Flip the table and run.
Flip the table and run.
That was remarkable.
That was awesome.
That was really amazing. I'm very impressed.
Thank you so much. That's gotten me kicked out of many casinos.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Like Rounders. You ever see the movie Rounders? And you're like, oh, there's a hanger. You ever see Rounders? It's a good movie.
No, I haven't seen Rounders, but I think I should now.
Yeah,
Do they stop time?
They might. Maybe more people are stopping time than I realized.
Yeah.
So, well, it was great having you here.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, what a great episode here for the Chris and Savannah show.
Yeah,
we never say that. We usually just call it Mountain Fun Life. So
we need to start putting our label on.
Yeah, we'll start tagging this thing.
Yes.
So
CSS, #CSS.
Yeah.
CSS.
Right? That's how you're supposed to say it with an S.
That sounds weird.
It sounds like weird. It sounds like
like a cruise ship.
That's funny. All right. Well, we can find you on. Can we find you on Facebook?
Oh, yes. We are literally on all of the social media platforms.
Good.
Our main website is iristheater.com. That's where you can check us out, and that's where you get our blog, you see our videos, and also you can get tickets for the show. We're also on Facebook, YouTube. Check out our YouTube channel, Impossibilities Show. You can type in Impossibilities Magic Show or Impossibilities Gatlinburg. Either one should bring us up. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Awesome. We're on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We just signed up just in time.
Yeah, it's all right. TikTok's all right. Just go for it. Post whatever.
But
no rhyme or reason.
Basically, we just deactivated MySpace like last week.
Yeah.
So that's the only one.
Oh, you're catching up.
It's about time.
You're catching up.
All right, Eric. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yes,
it was nice having you.
Thank you for having
Card Trek was amazing, and I encourage everybody to go see your show, The Impossibilities.
Definitely.
Yeah, we hope to see you there.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. We are going to go to commercial, and we will be right back, guys.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Well, what a good episode.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Let's sum it up. We learned some stuff, right?
Yeah, how to snap our fingers and stuff.
That was remarkable. In fact, I want to watch that in slow-mo and see if I can figure out how that would happen.
We were literally, I was like right here, and there was nothing, I don't know if there was like a little tunnel thing, like pushing his card up. I don't know.
I don't know either. I watched and watched and watched, and I could not figure that out.
There's no way.
That was
maybe
crazy.
we will do some research on it. We'll figure out how to do that, and maybe next week on the next show you can try to.
Oh my goodness,
that
seems like an impossibility right there. I'll be honest.